All right, and dude, I can write a book just about being around that stuff back in the day, but being protected because they knew I was a square. Man, go ahead, dude. Get out of here with that. You can't roll with us on this right here. I was one of them dudes. I was in ROTC at Centennial. So I was square as a son of a bitch, man. But that got me ran out of Centennial. But on the same token, when cats like Yellow Ice and man, Yellow Ice was my dude. When I opened the Eve After Dark, him and a couple other folks, they made sure that we didn't have no problem. You know, and that was how the gangbangers looked out for the different hoods. Shit, man, it was just cats that I knew that, all right, man, you doing some good shit for the kids. We got you, dude. Anybody gonna mess with this over here? This is our shit. Just let us in free. Come on in, man, no problem. And that was my policy. I let a lot of shot callers in for free, and they made sure nothing happened. And every once in a while, some shit jumped off, and if they wasn't there, we had to handle ourselves, but it never got too crazy. And that was, but again, that was the 80s. Right as crack was coming into play. Crack had not quite taken off yet. Ooh. And it just made for a different time, man. So I'm hoping that what we do, what you do, us helping you do what you do, and whoever else joins this movement, man, let's try and show these folks, lead by example, that so these folks can hopefully see a different time, man. Because I remember being in Compton, dude, as a youngster. I'd catch the bus from Avalon. The bus stopped at Wilmington. At Alameda. My girl lived off of Long Beach and Ward. I'd walk all through the neighborhood, man. All through the neighborhood, poinsettia and shit. Never got my pockets padded or nothing. But again, that was in the 70s, okay? That was in the 70s. I told people I did that. Nigga, you did what? Yeah, I did. But I could. It wasn't no big deal back then, man. So I knew Compton I knew Compton in a different era. Like I said, when I first went to Centennial, they still had white folks in the hallway for the basketball team. But then why the white boys on the wall for the basketball team? Compton Centennial used to be all white. Then I met old man Dudos when I was doing parties at Dudos. Old man Ducey told me why he built Dudos where he did. And he told me, he says, I built Dudos on Central Avenue for a reason. I said, what's that? He said, Compton was all white. Central Avenue was the main street for black folks in the 40s and 50s. All the black folks hung on Central Avenue. I built Dudos close enough inside of Compton, close enough to LA, so black folks could come in from Watts in LA, party, see BB King and all the Ike and Tina Turner, and get out of here before the police could get to them. That's what, because white brothers like going where white folks are. They wherever white folks are, that's what brothers like. So I didn't know that. Oh man, I'm telling you, dude. When it comes to the Compton's history, when it comes to entertainment history in LA, I'm a fucking encyclopedia on that shit. I know all them old dudes.
What's the name of that hotel on Central?
The Dunbar Hotel.
The Dunbar Hotel. I'm gonna have to take him there.
Dunbar, it's still standing there. It ain't nowhere where it used to be, but that's where everybody entertained at. Okay.
But they still got all them pictures and all the stuff still hanging up. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take him there because he ain't ever been
down there like over 30-something or 40-something.
That's straight down Central going toward
the 30s.
The 30s.
Yeah, I know. I've been there before. I met somebody there for breakfast.
They got the breakfast in the hotel.
Yeah, the 30s. So all up and down Central, man. If you ever see that movie, Devil in the Blue Dress.
Yeah,
it all takes place on Central Avenue.
They still got the plaques and all that stuff on the walls and on the bus stops and all that stuff.
Old man Ducey Williams, his thing. I got a spot in Compton, which is technically a white city, but it's the other end of Central Avenue. So you got the Dunbar on one end, you got him on the other. So they would trade acts sometimes. Man, dude, it's a whole history that folks don't even know nothing about when it comes to the entertainment in Compton. I was telling a brother this other day, man. At one point in time, it was 100 clubs in Los Angeles, dude. It was 100 clubs, easy. Every little corner was a club. But again,
Days, Red Velvet. I know Jeff and Gloria.
Yes, okay. Jeffy and Dudos used to always feud because Dudos would bring the acts in on Friday and Saturday, and Jeffy would book him on Sunday for half price. And so it was that kind of shit. So anyway, man, but we got to understand that with violence in our community, it hurts businesses of all types. And that's the part that's really hurting us the most, man. Aside from the fact you won't get no decent, no real good grocery stores when you got people that getting shot in the parking lot, getting robbed in the parking lot. But you got to have people with money so they ain't got to rob nobody. It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's an uphill battle, Gertch and Casper, what you both are facing, taking on this challenge. Let me ask you, how are you approaching these kids? Because one thing that I'm hearing commonly when I'm interviewing gentlemen like yourself who are trying to change the streets is that these kids aren't listening to their OGs nowadays. It's a free-for-all out there. Back in the day, you know, if you did something weird, you went out of line, you know, you had someone to answer to. Nowadays, there's no one to answer to. What are you guys doing? How are you approaching these kids, and how are you approaching this situation?
I think we got two different approaches. I'm gonna let him tell you.
Me personally, right? I'm gonna get at the next man's son like I'm gonna get at my own son. I'm gonna get at him with respect, and I'm not gonna never take his choices away. I'm always leave him to make his own choice. Only thing I'm gonna do is give him the information and hope he process it and make the right decision. You know what I'm saying? I don't tell them what not to do. I just tell them what'll happen if they do it. And then I'll leave him to make that decision.
Let him do some thinking.
Exactly.
For me, look, I understand to a degree for myself, and I try to use myself as an example. A lot of what helped me to become a better person was I started to identify different parts of different people and for role model purposes and examples. And I believe, like, if I really dissected myself, I know where I picked up this from and I picked up that from. And so with young people, I just always try to encourage them, you know, if you find yourself or you know you're in a situation that you don't necessarily like or you want to be in a better position in life, find yourself a role model. Find yourself some people to emulate. Put yourself around better company. You know, of course, I try to, like here, we do resume writing techniques, and I do workshops on interviewing skills and teach them how to dress for success. So we want to give them those kind of life skills. But I think one of the biggest and best tools any young person can have is a good example put in front of them, you know, and give them a chance to pick up some characteristics or just some jewels of that can help better position them, whether it's just slowing down. Sometimes they just moving real fast, just slow down a little bit, you know, or give them a chance to have somebody to just be able to just talk to about whatever it is they want to talk about, you know, whether it's whatever, you know, a lot of times they want to talk about their financial situations because that's a big issue in our community. But, you know, get it off your chest. Because sometimes just saying that and hearing yourself say it, it can release a little bit of something where you don't feel so pressed to go do something drastic. And more than anything, I try to be an ear. I got a few boys that I mentor personally, and we do our group texting all the time. And I just try to let them know, I don't care what time it is. If it's something, text me or call me. And you know, a 5-minute conversation sometimes could just make somebody feel loved, that they know they got somebody to reach out to. And I just try to come at them from that angle, you know. Just let them know somebody cares. Somebody actually really give a fuck that don't have to, you know, not getting paid to, but because you work being loved, you work being listened to and heard and given some time to.
A lot of times, that's all they want to do is be heard.
That's it. Yeah.
You know, so sometimes we gotta learn how to be quiet and just listen with the intent to understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And don't judge them. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop judging our people and start motivating them instead of eliminating them.
And then I'm gonna just tell you the kind of vibe I think Compton and West is turning the corner. So for me being from the other side of the city, our center is right here in the Campanella's backyard. It probably was a time they'd be like, just because of where I'm from or who I am, they'd be like, nope, not over here. You feel me? But not only are they good with it, they come and use the facility. And actually, one of them is a mentor out of here for a gardening program that we connected with right here in not far. So It's a culture going on, and I'm just hoping that it continue to grow and people continue to get involved. But Compton got a lot of love in it. I just sometimes think when it comes to like the violence, it's misguided love, misguided anger. You know, somebody think that you love somebody if you go kill for them. I'm starting to believe that you love somebody if you live for them. You know, if they got killed for this street shit, help see about their kids, help check on their sister, their mama. That's who's gonna need you now. They need you out here now. But if you fumble the ball, you know, because you feel like loving them is going to put yours on the line, now they really don't got nobody, or that's one less support system that they got. That when they feel like calling somebody to say, you know what, I miss my son, you could pick up that phone and tell them, you know what, I miss him too. You know, and they got somebody to talk to. But we got to make those connections and be those examples. You know, we just got to try to. We ain't the Huxtables, you feel me? But it is a way to love each other with, you know, on the level that we come from, and that shit ain't hard to do. Be accessible for a phone call, or let their kids stop by and just hear your voice, because that's their daddy friend. You know, and their daddy ain't here no more. That to me, that shit's a big deal. I know it because I'm dealing with it. We dealing with it, and people need that. You know.
Hey, and I'm gonna give a shout out to the Compton Youth Build on Rosecrans, man, Miss Jackson.
Hey, Miss Jackson, how you doing, Miss Jackson?
She putting in work, bro.
On the real.
You know what I'm saying, in Compton.
Hey, and make sure you guys pump up your Instagrams any way that anybody could get in contact with you, because you know people on various platforms. So go on and shoot your Instagrams, your Facebooks, whatever, websites, all that.
My Instagram is King Gertrude Montana. King KINGG _ Montana _ like King G _ Gertrude GIGGIRCHY _ Montana MONTANA.
All right.
And my Facebook is Anthony Flynn.
Okay. Gertrude.
My Facebook is Casper Andrews, and then Against All Odds, Against AGAINST ALLODDS _ docuseries. I got other Instagram, but we pushing Against All Odds for me.
All right, folks.
But man,
pleasure. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, folks,
really
wrapping up, man. Much
y'all.
love to y'all, man. I got you. If you want to come back, let me know, man. You know how to find me.
Hey.